Like he said, my name is Lisbeny Duran. I was born in the Dominican Republic, and I'm a learner. So good to hear fellow Dominicans here. And I'm a learning and development manager at Travel and Leisure Co. based out of Orlando, Florida. And it is my pleasure and my deepest honor to represent HACR's Young Hispanic Corporate Achievers, class of 2023. At the very start of this process, Jai Vargas, and first of all, thank you so much, Jai, for everything you've done for us. She said some cohorts decide to name themselves, and so we're like, fine, we'll step up to the challenge. And we tossed a few ideas around, and we landed on esfuerzo. And esfuerzo is such a loaded word for this cohort. Esfuerzo represents every single step that each one of the graduates have made to be able to call themselves a young Hispanic corporate achiever. But beyond that, esfuerzo represents the work and the struggle that our parents and our grandparents have. The country they loved, the language they loved, the people they loved, to come here often facing injustices and often indignities, just for the possibility, for the hope that maybe they can give their children a better life. And here we are proving them right. That also lies all of the visitors of our graduates, and I'd love for all of the guests of our graduates to please rise to your feet so we can thank you as well. We stand on your shoulders and we recognize your responsibility. During one of our sessions, La Doctora Juana Bordas put a Latin history timeline on the wall, and she tasked us with little post-its to identify a decade or two that was of significance to our family history. And to the 2023 cohort, that represented our story. We got to tell our story. We didn't have to wait for Hollywood to decide it was time. We didn't have to wait for America to say, okay, finally, let's tell a Latino story. We had the opportunity to do so. We have the agency and the duty to tell the Latino story. And sometimes that story is full of sorrow or heartbreak, but more often than not, that story is full of celebration, con gozo y con ganas. And so, from the 2023 class, we are going to continue to sing and to dance and to take over every local karaoke bar that we find. Truly, our karaoke nights were probably some of the highlights of this trip. We've had a blast. And we're going to continue to sing and tell our story. Sid Wilson, during one of our sessions, he said that when you find yourself in a room in which you want to stand out, that even if you know the question, and especially when you know the answer to a question, raise your hand and stand up and declare. And I stand here before you on behalf of class of 2023 Esfuerzo to declare that we are here, we belong in every boardroom of America, and we always will every single time. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and hand the mic over to Nick.
Ditto. For those of you who have not yet had the opportunity to meet, my name is Nick Martinez, and I am honored to be able to stand in front of you and represent this absolutely incredible group. Like many in the cohort, I was a little unsure about what this week was going to entail. But now, just 96 hours after I arrived here in San Francisco, I can tell you what this week was all about. This week was all about an incredible group of individuals coming together to become a driving force, and the driving force in America. So tonight I want to share 3 items with you about us as a group. Number 1, we are a class of firsts. We are the first YHCA group to ever complete a community service project with Jamestown. We have the most representation of Central and South America of any cohort that has come before us. And throughout the week, we shared our stories about our firsts, and I was so enlightened into all of the amazing people that we have in this room. But we didn't do this alone, and we owe this base that we've been able to build off of to those that came before us. So again, just a big thank you to all of those who have helped us be here in this room tonight. But we won't stop there. This journey is not over today. Humbly, we accept the responsibility that we've been given. We will continue to be the firsts. We will continue to leave things better than we found them. And we will continue to inspire and lead through change. Number 2, we're powerful. We were told that one of the goals of this program was to promote more Latinx professionals into the boardroom.